Okie dokie. In this video, I'm going to be globally styling the Gatsby default starter with style components. I've done this in the past with V4 style components, but I've changed my approach on how I do it since then. And there's also been a bit of a breaking change in V5 of style components. So I'm just going to be going over the what I'm doing now. So I've got the Gatsby starter default, then npx Gatsby new, and then give it a new project name. So I've given it the name of style components. I'm not going to run that again because no one wants to watch that. And I'm going to install the dependencies I need for style components. So it's going to be copy paste. I'm going to need the Gatsby plugin style components. This is for the server-side rendering of the styles. Style components, Natch. Babel plugin style components, that's for giving nice class names. And a style reset. So I'm just going to install those. While those are installing, I'm going to go over to my code here and start configuring. Bust up the plugin in Gatsby plugin. Let's paste it in there and save that. That's all the configuration done for that. I'm going to make a new file in a new directory. I'm going to call that to create a directory, and global style for the file, global style for the file, and then in here I'm going to want to start bringing in the create global style helper function for style components. Which is this style components. You notice that I didn't actually start typing out the name for the create global style. It's because I can just pick it out from IntelliSense once I've put in the library we're bringing it in from. And I also want to import reset from styled reset. Cool. So I want to export const for the global style. It doesn't matter what you call this really, but this is going to use the helper function for create global style, and then that takes some backticks. Can I spell const? No, I can't. And then in here, I'm going to use the reset. Cool. Save that, and then spin up the dev server with yarn dev develop. And then open that in localhost 8000. Let's move this over to the side here and open up VS Code again. So I want to use this global style here for all of the pages, and that's currently done with the this layout component. Let's just close that side panel, and this awesome CSS reset, which is in here. This is a hefty reset. Look at it, beautiful. I'm not going to use that though. I am going to go back to the layout here and close the side panel. Take out that styling. Should affect what we've got here. So you see all the font family's gone and the border, that's all gone. And I want to use my global style. Did it auto import there? Auto import. Oh, there you go. It's here. Cool. And then hit save on that, and then it should just reset the whole lot. Brilliant. So removed the current styling, confirmed the resets, doing what I should be doing. Okay, let's add in some more of the global styles. So first up is BoxSizing. There's a great article on CSS tricks As always, on anything CSS related, I'll link that in the video description. But for now, we're just going to go with it and do all, and all before and after. And then in there we want box sizing, border box. Okay, and we need the 1 colon here. There we go. And then also we want this for the HTML, and it's the same again. It's got to copy this down. Shift Alt for me, being a Linux Windows user. Control save. Shouldn't really see anything on here right now with that, but that's going to help us out with issues described in this post here. Cool. So I want to add in some extra bits on the HTML side here. So scroll behavior, we want that to be smooth. And I'm just going to put in some defaults for the font family. I'm just going to pick out whatever is suggested by my text editor here. Font size, I'm going to have 16 pixels. And the color of that font, I'm going to have that at 1A02C. So it's not quite full black. Cool. Let's hit save on that. Right, you notice that the base font changed now. So also some other things I want to apply to the body here are line height. Have that at 1.5. Letter spacing, just keep that keep that at 0 for now. And background color BGC. I want to have that at F7 FAFC. So you hit save there. You notice that the subtle change now in the color, because this image is just white and the background color here is now grey. And we've got everything reset and nicely styled, so we can start using our global style. But I'm not going to have it in the layout here. This layout, just make this a bit bigger here and bring in the side panel. This layout component wraps all the pages. So the 404 here, the index page here, and the second page. What I'm going to do is put this higher up the rendering tree. Then I thought I deleted that file. Sorry, then then what this layout is, and I'm going to do that in Gatsby browser here. So I'm going to want to use my global style in here, but I'm also going to want to import. In Gatsby browser here, I'm going to use something called one of the Gatsby APIs, rep root element. So in React, you just have your initial element, which everything is rendered to. That's what this rep root element is, and it's available in Gatsby browser and Gatsby SSR. So it's going to import. Here's my import React from React, and going to import the layout. I'm going to use this with the global style, and the layout comes from source components layout, and I'm also going to want to import the the global style from source, and that is in theme. All right, I really did murder that. Right, that's going to be broken on the layout now, but yep, update. Yes, always, yes. Okay. Theme and global style. Cool. So this is done in wrap root element. So, and that takes the root element, which we're going to destructure here, and then we have a fat arrow with what we're going to put in here. So, going to be a React fragment, and in here, I just want to put the global style, which I haven't imported. Cool. And then the actual element itself, I'm going to wrap that in the layout. Cool. So hit save. Let's back here. Okay, so parse error, undetermined JSX content. So what have I done here? Close this side panel. I mean, that looks fine to me. Oh, wasn't fine, Scott. Cool. So while that kicks in, so you notice that I've got two headers now. That's because I'm wrapping this page and the second page with the layout component still. Don't need to do that. Oh, and also, I've also got the global style in here. That doesn't need to be in there anymore. Okay, and on our pages here, we don't need layout in here. Save that. Don't need the layout on the index page. Get rid of that. And I don't need it on the 404 page. Page 2 even. Let's get rid of that. Hit save. Let's take a sip of water. Cool, so this is sort of taking shape. And things are looking all right, but very cool. I said earlier that we've got this this SSR component as well, which renders out the styles on the server for us. We need this code in here too, so rather than have this code duplicated across two files, I'm just going to create a third file here and call this something to wrap the root. Call this what you want. I'm just going to call it root wrapper, and then in here I'm going to want to import the wrap root element as wrap from. I'm not going to want to do that. That's what I'm going to want to do for this. Basically, I want to get this from here, cut this, and put that into the root wrapper, and then import this into both the Gatsby browser here and the Gatsby SSR. So I want to import those from source. Oh, sorry, it's just straight from root wrapper. Like saying source. There we go, root wrapper. And that is going to be wrap root element as wrap, and then we're going to want to export the wrap root element as wrap. Cool. Let's copy pasta that from there into the SSR file here. Good. Cool. Okay, so all good on that side. Now, sort of one of the main reasons why I've sort of kicked off this video again is because of the style components change for release 5, which is this. There was a bit of a breaking change in create global style where you can't use import. which is how I've done it historically. I've just imported straight into the global style there, Google Fonts via imports URL. Not doing it now, but I'm doing it with Gatsby, and being Gatsby, of course, there's a plugin for that. So I'm going to use something called Gatsby plugin fonts, and I'm going to configure that. So let's go to terminal, let's cover that for now, and let's do yarn add Gatsby plugin Google Fonts, and then that takes a configuration object in Gatsby config. So let's pick out Gatsby config here. So to pick out those files, I'm doing Control P and then just type in the letters for the file. So got style components configured here. So down here, I'm going to have this configuration object for. We want to resolve backticks Gatsby plugin Google Fonts, and then this takes options, which are, here's another configuration object, and we have the fonts, which is an array. And I'm just going to want to bring in several fonts from Google Fonts here. So a serif, a sans serif, and monospace. Let's just take a look at what we got here. Anything popular? Which I like. There's no day. Camb. Oh, Arvo. Here we go. So Arvo for serif. Let's put these in here for now. Put these. And this is like a weird notation. You have to put a backslash and then colon. And the font sizes 400, 700 for now. I'm also going to want to have a sans serif. Sans serif. Here it is. Camb. That's the one I was looking at. And then same with this, is a backslash and then colon, the font sizes. And then last up, let's just do Ubuntu Mono for monospace. And then same with the sizes for that. Save. Cool. Let's close that. Bring this over here again. Okay, so that means that I need to start a dev server again. I should be able to start consuming those fonts throughout the project now. So with in the layout here for this H1 for the index page, maybe. Where is that? Here it is. So for this H1 here, I could start using the what was it, Arvo for the font family. Let's just use Ubuntu Mono, and then font size. Which is 42px. Okay, so see that that's been applied there. But we're not going to do that because we're using style components, so we're going to do it inside of a component. But for now, I want to talk a bit about using the style components theme provider. So let's just save that for now. I'm just going to go back to normal there. So the style components theme provider, is going to allow us to have like one configuration object in our global style where we can take care of things like the font family we want to use, the sizing of that, and you know, colors, lots of stuff we want to do relating to the appearance, like the styling of the project. So there's some great resources I found for this. One is a video playlist from Adam Watham on Egghead.io. That's for using Tailwind CSS, and there's some good talks at React Advanced. Again, I'll link these in the video description, but that's what I'm going to be detailing here, is just like a configuration object, which I'm going to use with the theme provider in Style Components. So if I go here and go to the style, global style, which is here, and then create this configuration object up here, we're going to want to export it, and we're going to call this theme. And for the font, we're going to have sans, which we had at Cambay, and just sans serif. Cool. For serif font, Sefif, had Arvo, and just what happened there? Just Arvo, sans serif, sorry, serif. Serif, I'm so sorry. And then for monospos, yikes, it was Ubuntu Mono, which needs to go into quotes like that. And I don't think it has to, but do it like that. Hit save. So now I've done this on here. I can then start saying on the this create global style here, the font family. I could just change that to what I've imported. But to do that more effectively, I want to use the theme provider. So let's talk about implementing this theme provider. So again, the theme provider needs to go as high up the component tree as possible. So you've guessed it, again, it will need to go with where our root wrapper is. And it's just an import from Style Components here. And it is the theme provider. Cool. And then we're going to take that. And then that takes the theme provider takes a prop, which is the theme. And that is going to be our theme we created in global style. Auto import that. Here it is. And hit save. So that's not going to do anything right now, but it does mean that in the global style here, I can just go in here and use the theme props, which is means I can pick out the font here, and I want the font to be a sans serif. What do I want it to be? Cool. So now I've done that for the font. I can also do things like the font sizes and font weight. and I could just start sort of configuring everything via this configuration object here. Again, the Adam Wethen videos on Tailwind CSS. There's a great Tailwind CSS config, and basically I've just jacked the information from that, and just going to copy paste all that sort of information from there to here. So excuse the code wall. Oh god, so maybe I could have just rather than try to manually do that, get the actual config. Let's take a look at that. Just the Tailwind full config, and I want to get font sizes and font weight from here. You see there's colors, loads of different colors. Take some of those. I want things like spacing, like that, and then go back to the code here. Spacing. Got box shadow. For this, I want to do font sizes and font weight. Take that. And I'm also going to do things like color. Let's put this up here. Spell color properly. And then in here we can have grey with an E, like everyone uses. Well, if it's grey with an A, it's from America. It's a grey with an E, it's from what everyone else uses. So let's take a look at greys. Here we go. So we'll take black, white, and grey. Copy those. Like that. Cool. Why is that not formatting correctly? So, oh, I haven't put a color. That. Why isn't this prettier? Come on, please, help me out. That's for grey. The color, not a font. Right, I do apologise. I'm just going to undo some stuff here. Right, just wait that in there. So I want black and white. There. Take that from there. Redo that, sorry. What have I broken here? I think I've done anything wrong. Right, so save me panic sort of saving here. That's the colour. Grey. Right, I'm going to go with that. Seems fine to me. So, oh, it's telling me. Eisner undetermined string constant. Okay. Oh, I see. There we go. Right. Thank you, browser. And React error boundaries. Cool. So now we've got these in our configuration object. We can start using these in here. So for our body, we can start putting in like a relaxed line height, a wide letter spacing, and we can make the background color white instead of this off color. We'll just use to demonstrate the theme, the global style actually working. So let's put this color, theme color, and then we'll just say white for this. Save that, and our background color should switch back. There we go. And we'll have some loose letter spacing, or sorry, wide letter spacing. So theme props. So I've just got this theme props in here as a shortcut. It's going to get the theme letter spacing. Did I get that? Oh, sorry. It's, wait, no, I think I need letter spacing too. Let's just find this spacing, letter spacing here. Okay, cool. Didn't get that. Put this with spacing, letter spacing. Put that in there. And we have some wide letter spacing. But wide. Go back over to here so we can see the changes happening as we implement them. Cool. Line height, have it as relaxed. Did I get line height either? Look like it. Let's put this in here. So line height, relaxed. And then let's put in this color as well. So theme props, color. Color or colors? Color dot gray. And then the font color, we want it to be a dark. Cool. Okay, so let's just demonstrate this. Put this at a 1 now in here. And I think this is, you know, the advantages of having this sort of implemented. You can just go around and change things as you go along, just to see what feels good, as you know, sort of incrementally change things as you go through. Cool. Okay, so that's all done, but this all still looks like crap because there's no font sizes being applied and things like that. So these things, like a H1 and like a P, those all need to be to be created as style components. So you can do it inline in like the index, and you could go in and create a style component for each one, like a styled H1, and then this could be a H1 here, and then you could bring in the colors from the theme, and just do all that individually for each one. But that doesn't make sense if you want to keep it like consistent. So what I like to do is in my components have like a new folder for page elements, and then in here put things like H1 and a P, and then just create a style component for my H1. So export const H1 is a styled H1, and then do things like we want a big font size. We want that to be font size 4XL, let's say. Okay, let's put this in quotes. And font family, we want like a serif font family here instead of sans serif. and okay, margin top. Now we'll put that from the spacing. We'll do it in the theme props. Spacing. Big 8. And then like a tight line height. If we have like wrapping lines. Theme prop. Line height. None. Cool. Hit save. That's not going to have done much. And let's just do, while we're here, let's just do the P as well. So I'm going to import style components, and same again. We'll have a big P, which equals a styled P. Same again. We want to have things for the font family. We set that in the global style. So we wanted to do that. So we'll just look for like a font size, and we could have that as the base font size, which is global style. Do font size. Yep, base, which is one rem. So do it on here. Font size. This here too. So then we won't need to do it on our P. We'll make it a bit larger, I think. So maybe something like large. Do a large here. Yep. See what that looks like. Dot Scott. Cool, that's a bit bigger. So we don't need to do that in the P. So what do we need to take care of in the P element? Things like if there is, let's do margin top. And then we'll have that at 3. See how that feels. Cool. And then we want to do things like if you've got strong, like an inline, we want to have that as bold. And same thing for emphasis. We'd want that font style to be italic. Cool. So let's implement these in our index file here. So let's use our styled h1, which is like a big h1 like that. If we can auto import it. There we go. And the P, do the same with the P. Also import that. Yes. And this here. Save that. Cool. So looks like we need to do the same for the header here, but this is looking okay now. One of the last things I want to go over would be this. Say if you've got like several page elements you've got on here, then your imports could get quite cluttered. So what I like to do is in the page elements, create a new file. And then in here, just export everything from each one of the components. So there's not much in here right now, but we say export everything from H1. And then the same for the P. So if we save that, then this is the index for this folder. That means, sorry, let's just close this. In the index where we were, we don't need to have the H1 and the P here now. Let's head all together, that one. Put this in here. Hit save. And then we've just got one import grouped together. Cool, so let's just do this for the rest of the pages. Sorry, the header, which needs to have it in there. So just want to import our H1 in here. Auto import. Looking good, okay, and the style for that is being applied to the link component here. So our color on that is fine for now. Last up. So I think that's it. Image, SEO, they're not displaying anything. Cool, so that's it. I'm going to wrap up. So let's just go over what I did. Installed style components, the dependencies we needed for that. Configured the global style configuration. Added that as high up the React rendering tree as possible, and applied it to all of the pages via the Gatsby browser API. We also applied that to the Gatsby SSR configuration and split those two, or condensed them into one, and then just imported that file into both Gatsby SSR and Gatsby browser. And then just went ahead and created some page styles. Obviously, over time, you'll want to add to this if you're taking this approach. I know I will be. And yeah, that's it. Sorry, we also imported Google Fonts via a plugin. So we've got our nice global fonts. Well, one of the main reasons why I sort of did this video, just so I can refer to this instead of the V4 one. Cool, so that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, bye 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 bye.